You ever notice how some women don't flirt the way you expect them to? I mean, sure, there's the usual stuff, the hair flips, the giggles, the long eye contact across the room. But the real game? Oh, it's much deeper than that. You've seen it before, but maybe you didn't recognize it. The way a woman plays with your mind, how she keeps you hooked without even touching you, because here's the truth. The best flirts don't follow the rules. They break them. They tease, they provoke, they confuse, and if you don't know how to read the game, you'll miss it. Worse, you'll lose her to someone who does. So tonight, I'm pulling back the curtain. These are the craziest ways women flirt that actually work. And trust me, you'll never look at women the same way again. 1. The ignore and attract game. Picture this. You're at a bar. A woman locks eyes with you from across the room just for a second, just long enough to make you wonder, did that just happen? Then, boom, she looks away. Acts like you don't exist. She's laughing with her friends, completely unbothered, and now you're thinking about her. That's the move. She's playing with something called selective attention. When someone gives you just a taste of attention and then pulls it away, your brain craves it. It's basic psychology. We want what we can't fully have, and the best part? It makes you chase. You start wondering, why did she look at me? Was it intentional? Should I go talk to her? And before you know it, you're hooked. How do you play it back? Easy. Match her energy. Give her just enough attention to acknowledge her presence. Then go back to doing your thing. You'll see it. Her eyes flicking back to you and testing if you're the kind of man who can handle the game. 2. The teasing touch. That isn't really a touch. You ever have a woman reach for something near you, but somehow she accidentally brushes your arm? Or she leans in just a little too close when she talks? Yeah, that's not an accident. This is proximity flirting, one of the most powerful ways women create chemistry without saying a word. And here's the kicker. It's not about the touch itself. It's about the almost touch, the tension, the feeling that if you just leaned in half an inch closer, something electric would happen. It's the anticipation that makes it work. How do you respond? Simple. Hold your ground. If she's close, don't pull away like a nervous rookie, but don't rush to close the gap either. Make her feel that tension. Let her wonder if you're going to take it further. That's where the magic is. 3. The I bet you can't handle me trick. This one is pure fire. You're having a conversation. She looks you dead in the eye, smirks, and says something like, "Oh, I don't think you can handle a woman like me." Or, "You're trouble, aren't you?" This isn't just a random line. It's a psychological play. She's doing 2 things at once. 1. Challenging you, triggering your masculine instinct to prove her wrong. 2. Setting the frame, suggesting that there's something dangerous or exciting about her. And what happens? Your brain accepts the challenge. You feel the need to step up and show her you can handle her, and just like that, you're in her world. How do you respond? Don't deny it, don't get defensive. Just lean in, smirk back, and say, "Oh, sweetheart, you have no idea." That's it, that's all you need. And suddenly, she's the one chasing you. 4. The steal your stuff move. Now this one, it's playful, it's bold, and it works like crazy. You're talking to a woman, things are going well, and then suddenly, she takes something of yours. Your drink, your hat, your phone. She grabs it, holds it away from you, and makes you chase her to get it back. It's childish, right? Almost something a little kid would do? Exactly, because at its core, this is playground flirting. It's what we did as kids when we liked someone but didn't know how to say it. And guess what? It still works. Why? Because it creates interaction. Now, instead of just talking, you're engaged. You're playing, you're flirting in a physical way. And that makes it memorable. How do you play it back? 2 options. 1. Lean into it. Give her a look like she just made a big mistake. Slowly walk up, take it back, and say something like, "Bold move, I like it." 2. Turn the game on her. Next time she reaches for your drink, grab hers instead. Now she's playing by your rules. Either way, you're in control. And that's just the beginning. Because some of the craziest, most effective ways women flirt, they're the ones you'd never expect. There's one trick women use that gets men obsessed with them without them even realizing it. And another that confuses the hell out of guys, but works every single time. But we'll get to that in part 2. For now, Just remember, the real game isn't obvious. It's hidden. It's subtle. It's in the glances, the tension, the way she makes you feel like you need to chase her, even when she's right in front of you. And once you know how to spot it, you'll never lose the game again. So, now that you know the first few crazy ways women flirt, let me ask you something. Did any of those sound familiar? Maybe a woman did that to you recently, but you didn't even realize what was happening. Maybe you thought, nah, she's just being playful. It's nothing. But here's the thing. It's never just nothing. Women flirt in ways that seem random, almost accidental. But in reality, every move has a purpose. And if you think what I told you in part 1 was wild, just wait. Because these next ones, they're the ones that mess with your head the most. Let's dive back in. 5. The hot and cold mind game. Now this one drives men insane. 1 minute, she's all over you, giving you her full attention, laughing at everything you say, brushing her hand against yours. And then, boom. She goes cold. She stops responding to your texts. She's polite but distant, like she's suddenly lost all interest. And right when you think, damn, maybe I misread the whole thing, she flips the switch again. Suddenly she's warm, engaging, flirting hard again. And now you're hooked. Because here's what's happening. She's triggering your dopamine system. Your brain craves the reward of her attention. And when she takes it away, you want it even more. It's the same psychological trick casinos use. The unpredictability makes you addicted. How do you handle it? Don't chase when she pulls away. Match her energy. If she's distant, be distant. If she's hot again, lean in, but on your terms. Show her you're not just another guy she can toy with. Because the moment she realizes you're not fazed by the push and pull, that's when she gets really interested. 6. The innocent but naughty move. This one is pure seduction. A woman will say something totally normal, but in just the right way to make you think of something not so innocent. Example, she might take a sip of her drink, look at you, and say, I always need something sweet in my mouth after dinner. Or she's at the gym, stretching, and casually drops, I love feeling sore the next morning. Means I did it right. Now, is she technically saying anything suggestive? No. But is she watching your reaction to see if you catch the underlying message? Oh, absolutely. How do you play this back? Keep it smooth. Hold eye contact. Let a slow smirk form. And say something like, oh, you're trouble, aren't you? The key is acknowledging the game without being too eager. Because when you play it right, she'll double down. And suddenly, that innocent conversation, it's anything but. 7. The jealousy spark trick. You ever notice how sometimes a woman flirts with you by mentioning other guys? She'll casually drop something like, ugh, my coworker keeps asking me out, it's so annoying. Or, this guy at the gym won't stop flirting with me, it's kinda cute, but I'm not interested. What's she doing here? She's planting a seed. She's subtly letting you know that other men want her, without outright bragging. And you know what that does? It makes you want her more. It's competition psychology. Men are naturally wired to value what's desired by others. And if she's getting attention from other guys, it must mean she's worth chasing. How do you flip this? Simple. Don't act jealous. Don't act threatened. Instead, stay playful. Say something like, oh yeah, sounds like you've got options. Hope you can keep up with me. That way, you acknowledge it, but you keep the frame in your favor. And now, she's the one trying to prove she's worth your time. 8. The fake damsel in distress move. Women love a man who's strong, capable, and knows how to take charge. So what do? They create little situations where you get to step up. Ever had a woman suddenly say, I can't open this jar, can you do it for me? Or, my phone charger isn't working, can you take a look? Or even, I can never pick what to order. You choose for me. And that's not just her being helpless. That's her giving you a moment to be masculine. She's testing. Can you handle things? Can you lead? Can you be the man she wants to rely on? How do you respond? Don't hesitate. If she asks for help, give it effortlessly. Open the jar, fix the charger, make the decision. And if you really want to play into it, tease her. What would you even do without me? Because at that moment, she's already thinking it. Now that you know the craziest ways women flirt, Here's what I want you to remember. Flirting isn't always obvious. It's not just hair flips and giggles. It's in the subtle games, challenges, and hidden invitations they throw your way. The men who win in the dating game, they don't just wait for women to be direct. They see the signals. They recognize the game. They know when to push, when to pull back, and when to take control. And once you do, women will never feel the same around you again. Now go out there and start playing the real game.